My good people, Peter Obi cannot stop talking about the Nigerian politics. From the mass defections of governors and National Assembly members from the PDP to the APC in the southeast, Obi made a statement as a strong message to the APC. Hello viewers, you are welcome to this great channel. And please subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss updates like this. Now listen to what Peter Obi has to say.
Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending, focusing on the ongoing political reactions to the recent wave of gubernatorial defections from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress, while Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, has weighed in, specifically addressing defections from the southeast region. Speaking to journalists in Abuja on Wednesday, Peter Obi firmly stated that the defection of governors does not translate to political control over the southeast. The former Anambra State governor stressed that Nigeria operates a democracy, not a military regime, where states can be captured, emphasizing that political power ultimately rests with the people, not governors or senators. Let's take a look.
He must have taken his decision based on his own political views and calculations and everything. But as for, we're not in a military time when you capture people. You're a leader. You tend to do the right things for them to follow you. So I don't think anybody's captured anywhere. The government needs to do more if they want the people to support them. I've always been consistent on Nnamdi Kanu's flights. There was no need for the arrest in the first place. And now that he has gone, because he's been to court, the rules should be followed. Not just for Nnamdi Kanu, for all agitators across the nation.
All right. Peter Obi has remained consistent also with the Nnamdi Kanu matter, because that's the last thing he said there. But you were there in Enugu State, and he specifically mentioned Peter Amba, saying that Peter Amba is his friend, and, he might have defected for whatever reason he did. I'd like for you to share with us your experience specifically in Enugu with that media chat, and also the fact that Peter Obi is saying it is not governors, nor senators, it is the people that will determine who will lead us. Your thoughts?
Right. Well, there's so much to take away, but let's begin with Peter Mba's defection and the media chat. And, he maintains that this has got nothing to do with being bullied or threatened by the ruling party, but it's got to do with failures within the PDP itself to honor the role and the position of the Southeast. And of course, we know the history around that and that role of National Secretary and Ude Okoye and all that transpired. The ultimatum had been issued, and I guess they just had to make good on that threat that they had made, that the Southeast was not feeling honored and respected within the PDP. And now what's also important to note is, of course, the fact that if there's so much contention around the role of the National Secretary, OG, what's the guarantee that whoever is installed as National Secretary after the convention is going to be somebody who's going to allow all of these candidates, all of these people to be able to sign off on their nominations and their candidacy? It all hangs in the balance. So it seems like it was a strategic move to escape, any type of, shall I call it, controversy or potential sabotage that might happen within the PDP. The other question is, well, why APC? Why not APGA, for example? Those are some of the questions that remained a little bit unanswered in the media chat, because he seemed to prefer to focus on governance. And I don't blame him for doing that, because to the point being made by Peter Obi, if we look at the last election, the Southeast was obedient. Now, there was no Labour Party governor, but the Southeast was largely obedient. So I think it goes to show you that in 2027, is there a guarantee that the Southeast will vote for Tinubu? I don't know. That hangs in the balance, because the Southeast have shown us in 2023 that they vote for who they want and who they choose to, no matter who their governor is, no matter what the structures in their states say. So I think that it is valid. Peter Obi, somebody who benefited from what he's talking about. So I think he's the right person who can actually speak on this, because he was a beneficiary of it. Okay. And now I think the attention should turn to our electoral reforms so that people's votes can truly count.
People's votes must count at this time around.
Peter Obi is one of the most popular politicians in the Southeast today. Obi's rising popularity in Nigeria's political space began in 2019 when he ran as a running mate to Atiku Abubakar. In 2023, Obi pulled out of the PDP and picked up the presidential ticket under the Labour Party. Obi came third with an estimated 8 million plus votes. The Obedient movement was formed during the 2023 general elections. Obi's political popularity gave victories to many state House of Assembly members, National Assembly members, and governors. Today, as I speak, many of those elected under the Labour Party because of Obi's popularity have defected to the APC. Some politicians and pundits are already cautioning President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to turn Nigeria to a one-party state. However, Obi strongly believes that the mass defection of governors and other political bigwigs in the southeast cannot help APC to capture the region in 2027. In 2023, Obi won Lagos State and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. He believes that his political influence is still very strong in the southeast and some other parts of Nigeria. As this story reaches the end, you should not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel.